died suddenly, the witch that hovers over my bed. Written and performed by Tony Capobianco. At 13 o'clock she comes for me, as reliable as the rising of the moon each night. The old hag rises above my bed when I try to go to sleep. Night after night, the terror is the same. Every night I walk down the hall, enter my bedroom, turn off the lights, and climb into bed, pulling the covers up to my mouth as if the bedsheets were a protective force field. I hope to create a safe space. Feeling safe and secure has become an alien concept. Rather than finding the warmth and comfort that is normally offered by one's own bedroom, I instead find that my room is permeated and disturbed by an unnatural feeling. A dark and heavy, sinister sensation surrounds me and wraps me up like an evil blanket. It always feels like the diabolical, invisible blanket possesses a tremendous gravity. It weighs me down. This powerful dark force makes me wonder if it will crush me, open up a hole, and devour me. The oppressive, negative atmosphere has become a part of my life. It dwells in my room. It almost feels as if it's becoming a part of me. I'm not sure, but I suspect that it, whatever it is, wants to dwell in me and take control of me. Darkness is all I see. I no longer believe that I'll ever be free. In a dank, gloomy pit will I forever be. Even when I'm not in my room, this terribly wicked feeling returns whenever I think about these traumatic events. As soon as I think about her, that evil witch, goosebumps rise all over my flesh. When I close my eyes, her monstrous face haunts me. Even now, as I record my story, as I sit in the safety of my car, parked at my high school, I can't shake her off. She has her insidious fingernails hooked deep into me. As I tell you my story, I'm reliving the horror. Frack, this is insane. I'm 16 years old. I'm a linebacker on the varsity football team, and I'm perpetually scared. If this continues, I'm afraid that she'll either kill me or I'll simply lose my mind. Maybe I've lost it already. If you saw her, and I hope that you never do, you would be a wreck too. In case the witch does kill me, I'm telling you my story while there's still time. Should I turn up dead, know that the evil hag was responsible for it. The witch always comes at night. When I am lying in my bed and the atmosphere in my room is heavy with fear, that's when she comes. It's always the same. I open my eyes even though I don't want to. I'm afraid of what I'll see, but I'm even more afraid of what will happen if I don't look. That's when I see her face, that horrific face of pure evil. Her skin is greenish and wrinkled. Wearing a black dress or a black robe, it's hard to differentiate in the low light. She floats above the floor, levitating a few feet off of the floor. She floats until she rises above my bed. Once she is above me, merely inches from the ceiling, she hovers there for what feels like forever. Her black, conical hat creates a shadow that looks as though a sword is emerging from her head. Her shadow seems to move and change into various, terrifying shapes, even though she is hovering in place above me. Filled with fear and the deepest dread, I look at her as I tremble. My heart flutters in my chest as my breaths become short and rapid. Her eyes, those awful, glowing, green eyes, stare at me. Her body is humanoid in appearance and yet alien. Her face is withered, wrinkled, and has a supernatural green complexion. Monstrous. Her appearance is absolutely monstrous. Her flesh not only appears to be rotting, but she smells rotten too. She smells like a dead animal that has been left out for weeks in the hot summer sun. She smells so foul that it causes me to gag. The gagging adds to my anxiety as my throat begins to narrow and restricts the airflow to my lungs. Will I die of fear? Will I suffer cardiac arrest? Or will I suffocate as my throat closes? Being literally scared to death sounds crazy. Yet, my nightly visitations by the evil old witch aren't unique. Throughout recorded history, people have reported having similar horrific encounters. There are centuries of documented cases where an old hag sits on the chest of people as they try to fall asleep at night. Victims report finding it to be difficult to breathe as her weight sinks down on them. Modern psychology purports that these are nothing more than the phenomena of night terrors and sleep paralysis. The scientific explanation for this gave me reassurance when I first learned of them, but that comfort was soon torn asunder. During one of my nightly demonic visitations, the witch scratched my chest, and the red, bloody marks remained with me weeks after the attack. Now that I know that my nightly intruder is real, I'm constantly anxious. I'm always on edge. My fight or flight response seems to be permanently switched on, and it's exhausting me. The constant rush of adrenaline coursing through my veins leaves me feeling as though I've just finished sprinting in a race. Something as simple and ordinary as hearing the central air unit turn on stimulates a shot of adrenaline. Combine this with the precious little sleep that I get, and it's easy to see that I can't go on like this for much longer. If nothing changes, I will surely break down. Maybe this is what the sinister witch wants. As the hideous hag hovers over my bed at night, she repeats the words, "Let me in. Just let me in. Let me in, and this will all stop." The sinister tone of her voice always sends chills down my spine. It matches her demonic appearance. It's a terrible voice that I'll never forget, and sometimes I fear that it may well be the last thing that I ever hear. Whether I'm paralyzed by fear or by her black magic, I do not know. I only know that I'm unable to move when she comes. When I see her grotesque face, with its unnatural glowing green eyes, and I smell her putrid odor, I want to scream. Then I hear her hellish voice spew the words, "Let me in. Just let me in. Let me in, and this will all stop." I would writhe like a worm to escape her if I could. Unfortunately, there is no escape from her, and so instead, I writhe like a worm on the inside as my soul squirms where my body cannot. What's worse is that I have recently learned that the evil witch is now stalking my little brother, Stevie, at night. Stevie is 10 years old. He told me about the nasty old woman that comes to him when he goes to bed. My heart sank when he told me about this nightly visitation. I knew that it wasn't just his imagination run amok after hearing my stories about the old witch, because I never told him about her. He explicitly described her appearance as well as her rank smell. The details match up exactly with what I have observed. I don't know what to do. I want to protect my baby brother from the witch, but how can I protect him when I can't even protect myself? Who or what the witch truly is, I don't know. She looks like a witch, but looks can be deceiving. I guess that she could be a witch that mastered the art of astral projection, or she could be a ghost or a demon, or perhaps she's the ghost of a very evil witch. Whatever it isn't anything good. It is certainly evil. For a time, I had wondered if this was the result of living in a haunted house, but I don't think that is the case here. My family has lived in this house for the past 12 years, and we never experienced anything that would have suggested that we had a ghost problem. More than that, I talked to some friends at school, and they shared their scary stories with me. As it turns out, a few friends from school have also been harassed by the sadistic witch with the green, glowing eyes. There are whispers that say that the evil witch came for Jackie. A week ago, Jackie, a junior, died suddenly overnight. Her friends said that she had become a fearful shell of herself, and that she complained about being attacked by an ugly witch in her room. After learning of these stories which matched my own, I searched the internet for answers. What I found was beyond troubling. All across America, there were news reports of people dying suddenly. Those who died suddenly varied in age from kids to the elderly. Various conspiracy theories attempt to explain what's going on, but one particular theory struck me to my core. The green witch with the glowing green eyes was described on various websites and across numerous social media platforms. The descriptions of the witch matched what I've witnessed to a T. Otherwise, healthy people are dying at the drop of a hat. Perhaps they are dying at the drop of a witch's conical hat. Time after time, death often seems to follow the people who have been tormented by the Green Witch. In other accounts, people say that those who have claimed to have been haunted by the Green Witch didn't die, but that they changed and became angry, violent, and psychotic. In all the accounts, whether the person died or became mentally unstable after encountering the witch, one thing was clear. No one seems to have escaped her without paying a grave price. Things are exponentially worse than I could have dreamed. I now see that the green witch with the glowing green eyes is a problem on a much larger scale and with a much larger reach than I had ever imagined. If she is haunting people across the country, then I can't simply sleep in a friend's house to escape her. She has potentially killed hundreds of people. It's quite possible that she has either possessed or driven hundreds of people, perhaps even thousands, insane. My blood freezes over as I think about the gravity of the situation. I feel like I've been pulled into a black hole, from which nothing can escape. Even now, as I finish telling you my horrific story, the Green Witch's sinister voice echoes in my mind. Let me in. Just let me in. Let me in. And this will all stop. Will I let her in? No. No way. Wait. I don't know. I'm so tired. I just want this to stop. Maybe I can make a deal with her. Maybe I can offer myself to her in exchange for leaving my brother alone. I know it all sounds crazy, but I have to do whatever I can to save my baby brother. I would do anything for my brother, but I can't forget that the witch, whatever she truly is evil, and evil beings cannot be trusted. Making a deal with her is foolish. If I could just get a good 10 hours of sleep, I would be able to think much more clearly. Time for me to get back to my house. What would you do if you were in my place? I pray that you never receive a visit from the green witch with the glowing green eyes. If I die suddenly, please don't forget what I've told you. I will do everything I can to fight the evil old hag and survive. But if I should die trying, know that it was no accident or some natural cause. Share this story, and maybe we can figure out the answers together. The truth is out there. I hope that you enjoyed your stay here at the Haunted Half Moon Inn. The Master requests that you consider supporting me and the inn by becoming a a patron of mine on Patreon. The Half Moon Inn needs your support to keep the doors open. You wouldn't want the residents here to feel forgotten and abandoned, would you? Creating quality scary stories to share with you is very important to me. Running this inn of horror is a passion of mine, and I would truly appreciate your support. The world is hurting. It needs more horror. Help me to heal the world through horror. Together, with your help, we could haunt this world one home at a time. Until next time, always remember, just because you don't see them doesn't mean that they aren't there.